This is the only video I'm aware of on YouTube which introduces the Brandit Aviator in English spoken language, very well spoken English language as well. And I've got a mid-budget backpack. It's by a company called Brandit, and the model is the Aviator 80 being 80 litres. And you'll be glad to know that Brandit do make a host of other sizes also. And I think there's a bonus to this pack, even if you get the smaller ones. I've had packs round the 30 quid mark, nylon, and one of mine lasted 6 weeks for 30 quid. When you start going over 100 quid, then we're talking the quality of the pack improves. The 80 litre Brandit pack that I have here, right in the mix, 72 quid. Shop around, you might get it cheaper. And this is for 80 litres. The price will change according to the literage. Mine is in a tactical urban camo. You'll also be glad to know it comes in a host of different colours, with the green, tactical black, and the German Flecktarn. Apologies for the pronunciation of that. I think it is Flecktarn. It's been a while since I've done A-level German, and a big hello to all the subscribers in Germany. Dusseldorf. It's going to be the first impressions review. A good place to start for this, of course, would be the top hood here. Why the top hood? It is massive. So it has 2 hood pockets. One is accessed from the back, one is accessed from the front. And usually I would need to bring a separate stuff bag or something like that for all my catering equipment, including rations and stove, etc. But it is easily accommodates quite a large stove, all your rations and cookware in one of them top pockets. Of course it does have the side pockets if you want to stand your stove upright, which we'll get to later on. This is the Brandit 80. You're looking at the back of the pack. Just this top pocket here alone is so generous, and it's not even the biggest one on the pack. And the hood section here, good quality zippers. There's not a maker name on the zippers, but I assure you they've not snagged on me. It is a vast cavernous space here. I just have some bits and bobs in mine, but it would easily house my utility like this, which is my ablutions kit, a torch, things like that. Ignore these, I'm going to stow them properly afterwards. On the reverse side, where the shoulder straps are, would be the other pocket. In mine is the cook set and rations, and this is cavernous, absolutely cavernous amount of literage here. I just have some rations, not a lot, but it would easily stow all the rations you need for a long trek, along with your cooking stove of choice. That's the jet boil. I would say it would house at least 4 jet boils side by side. While we're looking at the back, we're going to have a look at the padding and the adjustment. I can just simply take this off on Velcro. I've set mine about 2/3 of the way down. The shoulder straps themselves aren't incredibly padded, but they're adequately padded. So this would indicate the kind of weight you're expected to carry in them. I have about 11.5 kilos here in this, and it's just about adequate for these straps. The padding themselves, it's not very dense padding, but there is a lot of it. There's got to be 2 centimeters of foam. Now it's not the high density foam, but it's adequate again, and the same down here on the lumbar part, which makes an airflow here all the way up, so when you are carrying your pack it breathes, and the handle here of course to grab your pack. A lot of the time you'll see me put a bungee cord around my packs, so if I want to just take a jumper off or something like that, I can just hook it in. This has these, I think looks like 2.5 or 3 mil cord, which I can just put my waterproofs in, something like that, and using a draw toddle all that up. The actual material is a good quality polyester. The smaller packs in literage, they will do in nylon, which is lighter. This is just shy of 2.5 kilos. I will show you that I can put the jet boil in this pouch and a litre of water also, which can be stowed within the net. So there you have it. It's in, and it zips up with a lot of space to spare. Actually, I could get a day's rations in there also, if this is how you want to stow your stove system. Now usually that makes this mesh net inoperable, but I'll just put a litre of water in also. I don't usually stow water like this. I'm in 2 minds how to carry the water. Let's take my jacket off, it's getting warm, and if I take my hat off my head disappears. Yeah, so if I was to carry the water, which I'm totally undecided right now, if I was to use a hydration bladder such as a camelback, it probably would just go under the snow hood here, or on top of the snow hood, but under the lid, and have the drinks tube coming off here somewhere. But a lot of the time what I'll do is just carry the water on my shoulders here, and on the shoulder padding externally here, you do get the ability to carry water on your shoulders in a bottle, onto a carabiner, onto this D-ring here, 1 on each shoulder, litre each shoulder, which is my preferred method to carry water. The main body of the 80 litre Brandit Aviator is split into 2. So it has a sleeping bag stow area, which we can divide. It's on double zips and QR clips, and we can separate a good 20 litres at the bottom and leave 60 litres up here. So I've had a tent in there, a sleeping bag inside, the ground pad, all the cooking equipment, the sundries, the rations. You see how I stow all that. to get the same kind of volume on the hood and the two side pouches here, and you opt for the 50 litres or the 60 litres and the other increments thereof, I think that's a real bonus because you're going to get your 50 litre pack and yet have a massive housing on the top here. If I was to go with freeze-dried food in there, a spare canister of gas and my jet boil or whatever stove I opt for, I've got easily a 5-day rations capability here, so I don't have to go off track, find a shop and resupply. Now these do come in nylon as well, which is lighter and cheaper. I personally would recommend the polyester. It's a little bulkier, a little heavier, but it's more durable. This is Urban Camo. It's neither too military or too civilian. I haven't had it long enough to give it a full review. I've only had it a few weeks, but it has been with me every single day I've been out. So it is an internal frame which can be removed. There's an alloy rod either side, so for carrying something like my goose down hammock quilts loose filled, I don't need them rods. If I have something like a tent and a sleeping bag inside, or as I have here, a bivvy roll or a swag or something like that, the rods just go back in. Fancied a pack I can use for both camping, hammocking, a bivvy roll like a swag, also like this, without having to break down all the individual components to be able to get it into the pack. And I'll show you now how easy it is just to roll all this up. No special technique. It's getting rolled with the sleeping bag, the X-Ped mat, the reflective, everything I need. That was quick. You can see I've got a big chunky boy here to try and get into a pack. Now I couldn't do this with my infantry Bergen, it just was too narrow at the main body, but this is going in. That's in. I've disabled the foot end area to make one massive 80 litre column with plenty of leftover space as well for my hammock if I need to make this into a hammock system. Generally my tarp here sits on top just like that, but there's plenty of room also inside like that. Get all that tightened up. I don't know how I'm going to run the water so far. I'm not a big fan of carrying water actually on the pack. I'd rather just carry it on a belt, and I do have storage nets for these to carry on the belt. But I've just put a kilo of water in there and another kilo of water on the other side. I've just increased the weight of this by 2 kilos there. Perhaps I could use a camelback, and I would put that in this hood section here. It's certainly big enough, and get the weight high up. This is mid-range budget. Now no one sponsors me for doing this. No one gives me a pack, I have to do it out my own money. It's all well and good some of the commenters saying, why don't I get this pack, that pack, another pack? When you look at them, they're over 300 quid. I mean, if they want to send me a 300 quid pack, I will keep it and review it, no worries. You buy it and send it me. This is mid-budget, 72 quid. So you're not going to get fobbed off with the rubbish. It's not going to be up to spec with some of the other kit that is out there. I'm not saying it is, but you get what you pay for, and I think 72 quid for this is pretty reasonable. The zips are well made, the buttons are well made. I've checked all the stitching, there's not one stitch out of place. And in time, maybe I will step up to a more expensive pack. I don't know. There you go, just put my coffee and my water just in the storage net. That's just the net alone, not the actual pocket here. So that's why I've gone with the Brandit Aviator 80 litres. It'll accommodate my goose down, hammock quilts, loose fill, and it'll easily accommodate tent and sleeping bag inside. And as you saw, I just like a swag roll. I'm into that now, I'm into it big time. And that accommodates that. The first place I can foresee any damage, as always, are these little mesh nets. I shouldn't really be having these bottles in, really, and not designed for it. Okay, it does come with a sternum strap here, which I didn't mention before. I don't like wearing them. It is fully adjustable, can get that tighter or looser. Hate wearing them. Always, it feels like I'm having a heart attack when I have one of them on. That's why I call these heart attack straps. I carry the load above this bone here, which is my pelvis, and under the rib cage, and I pull really, really hard on these straps here. I can loosen off these shoulder straps. I should be able to put my hand in like that, and should it be required, fit the old heart attack strap on. When the terrain gets a little more challenging, I just tighten up on the straps here. Like I said, we're looking at mid-budget packs, and this is the one I found, and hopefully this is the one I'm going to have a long, long time. Till then, take care of yourself, and I'll see you out there.